morning, Lagos. Good morning, Nigeria. Welcome to the Thursday edition of The Conversation here on Lagos Television. I am Abimbola Bello.
Good morning, everyone. I am Adebimpe Omotayo.
Welcome. I am Joy Ulu.
All right, we do The Conversation Mondays through Fridays, and we take a look at many trending issues, not only in Lagos, but across Nigeria and sometimes across the globe. Today on The Conversation, we intend to do the same with our conversations on both sides of the table. But first, let's begin with our news points for today. Adebimpe, can we start with you? You're not ready?
I'm not ready
start
yet.
with Joy?
All right. Lagos State government to empower Badagry Yaba youth with digital skills. The Lagos State government, through the Ministry of Tertiary Education, has announced the commencement of the ECO digital training program in Badagry and Yaba as part of its efforts to promote education and entrepreneurial skills development among youth in the state. The training, which will take place from June 20 to 24 in 2025 at the Public Library in Badagry and Yaba, aims to provide participants with access to digital and entrepreneurial skills, emotional intelligence and artificial intelligence, as well as high-quality education and training. According to a statement released by the Commissioner for Tertiary Education, Tolani Suli, said the state government was committed to maintaining excellence in all tertiary institutions, and the digital and entrepreneurial skills training was a testament to the commitment. Quoting him now, the training will offer a range of programs and courses designed to equip youth with the skills and knowledge required to succeed in their chosen fields. The Badagry and Yaba training centers will provide students with access to state-of-the-art facilities, experienced instructors, and a supportive learning environment, enabling them to acquire the skills and knowledge needed to compete in today's fast-paced world. Well, they are urging youth in Badagry and Yaba to take advantage of the opportunity and participate in the programs and free courses on offer. This is a laudable one.
I like the fact that more or less this is serving like an announcement before the commencement, because if we look at the commissioner's statements, the training is actually scheduled from June 20.
Yeah.
To 24, 2025. So there is ample time to prepare, there is ample time to register, because again, sometimes you hear young people saying, we didn't hear about it, we didn't know this was going to happen. So for this announcement to be made in January for a course that will commence in June, I think this is such a long time to prepare, especially for young people who are in those areas, Badagry and Yaba. And looking at what the state also intends to do with digital training and entrepreneurial skills, at the moment, those are some of the skills that are people are cashing in on. And if you have those skills, you really do not need to rely solely on white-collar jobs, like they call them. You can actually make your own money. So this is the time for young people to tap into this initiative, find out how you can register and be part of this program.
Just to add a few to what you have said, Abimbola, it's what, like George said, it is a commendable initiative that, you know, Lagos State government is equipping students, you know, to compete with their peers, you know, globally.
Yeah.
Globally. And 5,000 is not small.
It's not small.
That's a huge number of people. We do hope that, you know, people will tap into this and we all can make it work. Are we ready to take your story now?
Yes. 34.8% inflation rate triggers fears of rising prices and hardship. The organized private sector has expressed worry over the continued hike in the inflation rate in Nigeria, stressing that this will further raise the cost of production, raw materials, logistics and machinery, among others. On Wednesday, the National Bureau of Statistics reported that Nigeria's inflation rate rose to 34.80% in December 2024, reflecting a slight increase from the 34.60% recorded in November. According to the latest Consumer Price Index report, the marginal rise of 0.20% was attributed to heightened demand for goods and services during the festive season. On a year-on-year basis, the December inflation rate marked a significant increase of 5.87 percentage points compared to 28.92% in December 2023. This highlights a continued upward trajectory in consumer prices driven by economic challenges such as currency depreciation, high energy costs, and persistent supply chain disruptions. Interesting. We know. We are feeling it.
Dirty December.
Dirty.
May also have contributed to
yeah.
this. But analysts are also, on the flip side, are saying that there could be the possibility that the rates could, decline
yeah.
at the end of January. And it looks like also a lot of analysts are asking Nigeria to say how, the country can actually put into good use the influx of diasporans who come home in December. Because usually the plan for December, they come home to spend a lot of money, do a lot of shopping. And so there's a need for government to also be very intentional about how those monies are also put into good use every December. So as much as, Dirty December is becoming more or less like a household initiative.
It's becoming a culture.
The culture, a December
Don't you want to cash out?
I mean, government also needs to look at how intentional they also can be at ensuring that, all of those funds, there's a way, you ensure that your economy, benefits largely from there. But January, today is 16th, so we're mid-January.
Yeah.
Already. So by the end of January, we should get the inflation rate for January. And hopefully, what analysts are predicting, let's see whether or not it will come to pass or whether or not we are in on a long thing in 2025. So let's see how this will pan out at the end of the day. All right, let's take that final story on News Points today. If anything is to go by, it looks like it is some kind of good news coming from the Middle East, where news are on the rise that Israel and Hamas have agreed to Gaza ceasefire and hostage deal. Well, if I were you, that finally is still fingers crossed, because we know how these things are. We know how many times they've they've talked about a truce, how many times they've offered to go into a ceasefire, and at the end of the day, something will just happen, and they will just, but we do hope that this will probably be the final one. But the story says Israel and Hamas have agreed to a deal that will pause the war in Gaza and see the release of Israeli hostages held in the enclave and Palestinians held in Israel custody. Just hours after the deal was reached, Israeli bombardment killed at least 45 people in Gaza City, according to the Gaza Civil Defense. International aid agencies welcomed the deal and vowed to scale up their work in Gaza. The UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees called for rapid, unhindered and uninterrupted humanitarian access to the Strip to relieve the suffering caused by the war. The three-phase deal is set to begin Sunday, but many of its details and the timeline remain unclear. It is yet to be approved by Israeli cabinet, and Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said he won't comment until all details are finalized. The agreement was brokered with an almost unprecedented level of cooperation between the Biden and Trump camps, a senior U.S. official said. U.S. President Joe Biden said talks will go beyond the temporary ceasefire to a phase 2 that could include a permanent end of the war. So that's it at the moment. So, of course,
how long has that war been on? About
that was
it's over a year.
This particular one.
Israel,
yes, but the war has been on has been forever.
Forever. But this particular one.
But this particular one, this onslaught has been over a year. And let's see how it goes. Sunday is the 19th, and that is when they're hoping to allow these latest ceasefire to take effect. And for Benjamin Netanyahu to say that he won't say anything until all talks are finalized. You see why I said Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
And then, of course, it is also said to be a temporary ceasefire and a phase 2 that could include a permanent end of the war. So there's still a whole lot of things happening here. So the fact that there is an agreement does not necessarily mean it is a horror. But, you know, we just hope that all those who are festering or are behind this war thing,
Fanning the flame.
yes, we'll just have a rethink and allow for peace to reign. Honestly, I don't know for how far long this will continue. I mean, just this morning alone, 45 people were killed again. I don't know how they are even still remaining.
Exactly.
How many are there
Where do you
remaining?
get 45 people again?
I don't know. I don't know. Because one would have thought, I mean, everybody should have been wiped off
By now.
in those places. But hey, let's see how much, you know, this will continue at the end of the day. Those are trending stories on News Points today. Let's quickly head to the X platform and take a look at one of the many trending stories on that platform this morning. Well, Nollywood is trending this morning. I don't know if to say for the wrong reasons or for the right reasons. Of course, actress Ngozi Ezeonu was said to have conducted or to have held an audition, and 2 young ladies appeared braless at the audition. And of course, she was all, and then she spoke to them. Well, she reprimanded them, you know, asking the motive for attending an audition
Braless.
in that manner. And honestly, I don't know what kind of excuses would warrant what they did. But here, you know how things would always flip side. Here is another person saying that I cannot watch you, even if you were a mother, speak to me like that in publicly. But the question is, did those ladies act in a manner that they could have been scolded like that, or did they not act in that manner?
Abibola, this generation, like we keep saying, they need, I don't know, they need God's intervention.
So God will have to come
Because even if it wasn't an audition, these ladies move around braless.
It's like
you
a thing.
see them.
It's now like a...
Have you seen the kind of tights they wear now?
Eh?
Tights that we used to wear under clothes. That's what they wear now.
as a normal
It's
cloth.
no longer an
And they
underwear.
wear a top
Underwear,
over
and
it.
then they wear a top and then fold the shirt so you can see their butts.
And they're still braless.
Yeah.
You come across them everywhere now. I don't know if it is a trend. Maybe
it's a trend.
It's a trend. Eh, niti juni. You don't have shame.
So some
Me, I
are
agree with
saying
Ngozi Ezeonu, the way she spoke to them.
some
I
are
do
saying she
agree with
could
her.
have called them off camera, or she could have called them by the side
And
and
spoken
spoken
to them.
to them.
Irony.
So I mean, so my question is, if they wanted to be reprimanded, why did they come out like that?
Exactly.
So you need to act the way you want to be addressed.
So you're going for
dressed.
an audition and you're dressing that way.
So I don't know. Sometimes we do certain things, and then when the backlash comes, we start acting
It's just like you're going for an interview, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, that was an
It's
interview. I mean, so they were going to ask for a job. So again, it means that so I'm just trying to play the devil's advocate here. It means that it probably was not the first time they were doing that.
Yeah.
So meaning that if other directors, maybe, no, I don't want to say male directors.
Male directors, please say it.
So
Abibola.
if other male directors had agreed or had said it was okay, so it meant that, okay, it was fine, they could do that. But here is the thing, as a male, as a female, moral is moral.
Yeah.
When you see something that is wrong, please talk about it. Because at the end of the day, the backlash will come back on your head. So if a lot of people that are saying she should not have done that, she acted as a mother.
Oh,
I
yes,
would
she
have
did.
done that.
And
too.
then she also said, and she also gave a stern warning, any lady that comes to my audition braless, I will not even allow you to come inside.
Exactly.
Not to talk of allow you to take part in the
That's it.
audition. So the best way we could have put this is the fact that audition is more or less like you going for a job interview.
It's a job interview.
It is a job interview. So how do you want to present yourself? at that interview.
This reminds me of one of our guests some time ago who said they conducted an job interview for some people and they did not come with their CVs.
Yeah. I don't know
So
what they
this
were going to show.
generation,
Right. Special breed.
special breed,
okay.
special breed.
So that's what is trending on the X platform this morning. While some are saying kudos to Ngozi
Kudos to
Ezeonu,
her. I'm
some
joining them.
are saying,
I'm joining them
You
in
should
saying,
not have
in
done
saying
that.
kudos to her. She's a mother now.
All right. We'll take a quick break. We'll return. Part 1 of our conversation will be here today. And this morning, we're taking a look at evolving techniques in early childhood education. I'm sure a lot of people still ask that question. What exactly is early childhood education? And are there still standards in Nigeria when it comes to how to teach children? Because again, some will say, what is a 2-year-old doing in school? A 2-year-old should actually still be sleeping and running around with their diapers.
Should be in school, but not learning to write.
Not learning to
one to 100.
So that is why. So again, if you are
62.
in a creche, what exactly is a creche? Because a lot of
Sleeping
people.
and eating.
So that is what a creche really is:
Yeah.
sleeping and just playing.
And it's education, no?
It is
Yeah.
education
Because
because
they'll teach you how to
eat.
yes, how to place your food,
Yeah.
how to eat, how to open your mouth, how to drink water,
how to identify colors.
how to identify
Yeah,
colors.
so again, those are some of the things that we intend to take a look at on the program today. Join the conversation after the short break.